Yeah, I can challenge Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Psych. That boy's got too much skills for me, buddy.
Word is, Kelly Rowland just stirred things up in a way fans have been waiting on for a long time. For years, there have been quiet talks about trouble in her personal life, drama she kept hidden, and pressure from the industry that kept her from speaking out. But now, it looks like that silence is breaking. One of the biggest rumors making waves, that Jay-Z, not her husband, might be the father of her son. It's been a long-running theory, and now it's picking up steam again. Kelly was born on February 11, 1981 in Atlanta. When she was still a child, her mom, Doris, left her dad, Christopher, because of serious personal problems he was dealing with. After the split, Kelly and her mom moved to Houston, Texas. That's where her life really began to change. In Houston, she got incredibly close to Beyoncé. They were like sisters. Kelly even lived with Beyoncé's family for a while and saw Tina Knowles as a second mom. That connection shaped her early years. Kelly had a love for music from a young age. She joined a girl group called Girls Time in the early 90s, but the start wasn't easy. The group lost on Star Search, and their first record label dropped them. Things looked rough until Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, became their manager. That move flipped everything. He landed them a deal with Columbia Records, and their career started taking off. In 1997, they released their first single and started getting noticed. Then came No No No, and just like that, Destiny's Child was everywhere. Their second album, The Writings on the Wall, exploded with hits like Bills, 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 and Say My Name. That track even won 2 Grammys and made them international stars. But behind all the success, there was tension. Some original members left, new ones came in, and there was plenty of drama behind the scenes. Still, the group kept going strong, dropping hit after hit. When Destiny's Child eventually split up, Kelly didn't disappear. She kicked off a solo career and worked with big names in music. Her biggest success came with the song Dilemma, with Nelly. It topped the charts and became a massive hit. Over time, she kept making music, acted in movies, and even became a judge on TV talent shows. But behind the public image, she had her struggles. One of the deepest wounds came from not seeing her dad for 3 decades. That left her with a sense of abandonment and sadness. Things shifted after Kelly became a mother. Losing her own mom in 2014 pushed her to want to reconnect with her dad. With help from Jay-Z, who encouraged her, she reached out. When they finally reunited, they had a long talk and began to heal the damage. That was a powerful turning point for her. But even now, rumors are circling again. The big one, that Jay-Z might be her son Titan's biological father. This talk heated up after Jay-Z appeared at the LA premiere of The Harder They Fall. When he saw Kelly there, his reaction sparked online chatter. At first, he acted like he didn't see her. Then, suddenly, he got excited and animated. Fans noticed it right away and started speculating again. People have long said that Kelly and Jay-Z were closer than they ever admitted, and this moment added more fuel to that fire. This rumor isn't new, it's been floating around for years. Some say Titan looks a lot like Jay-Z, and fans online have been pointing out similarities in the eyes, nose, and smile. Some even claim Titan looks more like Jay-Z than his own kids. The internet went wild with people throwing around all kinds of theories. Some even nicknamed Kelly Becky No. 2, calling back to those old cheating rumors from Beyoncé's Lemonade era. While many fans are convinced there's something to this, others have tried to shut it down. One person online explained that kids sometimes resemble family friends and that it doesn't mean anything. Still, even they admitted Titan has features similar to Jay-Z and Blue Ivy, which kept the talk going. But here's where it shifts again. When people put Titan's photo next to his real dad's, the resemblance is obvious. Especially when you look at old pictures of his father from when he was young, it's like seeing the same face. That should have ended the speculation, but it didn't. Instead, people just keep finding new angles to question. For years, Kelly had to deal with being labeled as Beyoncé's sidekick. Now, the narrative has flipped into something messier, claiming her child could be fathered by Beyoncé's husband. And this isn't the first time. Jay-Z has been at the center of a paternity controversy. Another man, Ramir Satterthwaite, has been saying for years that he's Jay-Z's biological son. According to Ramir, his mom had a relationship with Jay-Z when she was just 16. Ramir and his family tried to get answers, but Jay-Z never agreed to take a paternity test. Instead of addressing the claim head-on, Jay-Z's legal team moved to shut it down. They argued that courts in New Jersey had no right to force him to take a test. That kicked off a legal battle that dragged on for more than 10 years. Ramir and his godmother, Dr. Lily Coley, stayed committed, saying something didn't add up and that Jay-Z was avoiding the truth. They struggled in the beginning due to a lack of strong evidence, but they didn't give up. More recently, they turned up the pressure by filing a lawsuit not against Jay-Z directly, but against the judges in New Jersey. They claimed those judges weren't fair and helped Jay-Z avoid taking the test. According to them, Jay-Z's fame and influence helped him block the case, making it nearly impossible for Ramir to get a fair hearing. Even though this second case has nothing to do with Kelly, people online started connecting the dots to different paternity stories involving the same man, both full of questions and blocked by legal moves. Now more people are beginning to wonder if there's something being hidden, and if Jay-Z's image has been more carefully protected than anyone realized. Ramir and Lily say their fight for the truth has already cost them over $100,000 and they still haven't found closure. They also accuse Jay-Z's legal team of doing something underhanded, placing illegal liens on their property to force them into paying money they didn't even owe. They called it dirty and unnecessary. All they ever wanted, they say, was honesty, not publicity or a payout. Lily didn't stay quiet. She raised two major concerns. First, that Jay-Z had a relationship with a girl who was only 16 at the time. And second, that this relationship led to a pregnancy. Lily believes that if a DNA test ever confirmed Jay-Z as Ramir's father, it wouldn't just be a scandal, it could turn into a legal disaster. She also mentioned that Jay-Z could have handled the situation quietly and respectfully. But instead, he distanced himself and left everything in limbo for years. Ramir's mother, Wanda, never changed her story. From the beginning, she said she had a physical relationship with Jay-Z in 1992, when he was still going by Rock. According to her, they met in Philadelphia, and later he brought her to Brooklyn. Soon after, she found out she was pregnant. For a long time, she stayed quiet. But when Ramir got older and started asking questions, things spiraled into a long legal battle. At first, Robert Graves, Wanda's on-and-off boyfriend, was listed on Ramir's birth certificate. But that changed in 2011 when a DNA test officially proved Robert wasn't Ramir's father. That revelation pushed Wanda to double down. She wanted to prove Jay-Z was the real dad and devoted herself to getting the truth out. Tragically, she passed away before that ever happened. And even more disturbing, some people started speculating that Jay-Z might have played a role in her death. That rumor, although shocking and unconfirmed, added more weight to the story. Meanwhile, Kelly Rowland was going through a personal storm of her own and used her music to speak out. She released a song called Dirty Laundry from her album, Talk a Good Game, and it felt more like a confession than just another track. The lyrics were raw and emotional, revealing parts of her life fans had never heard before. She opened up about being trapped in a toxic and abusive relationship, and how it tore her self-esteem apart. The situation was so intense, it even affected her connection with her Destiny's Child groupmates, especially Beyoncé. Kelly poured her heart into the song. She didn't sugarcoat anything. She laid bare the pain she had hidden for so long. In interviews, she admitted how hard it was to even record the song. Every time she tried, the memories came rushing back and overwhelmed her. She cried repeatedly and had to stop and start again just to get through the verses. It was more than just singing, she was reliving every painful moment. The first time her label played the album, Kelly couldn't even stay in the room when Dirty Laundry came on. It was too much. She had to leave because the emotions were still so raw. She said she needed space and time to heal before she could sing it the way it deserved to be sung. When she finally completed the track, her voice carried all that real hurt. There was no faking it in the beginning of the song. Kelly made another big reveal. She had struggled with jealousy. After Destiny's Child took a break, Beyoncé shot to global fame. While Kelly was happy for her, she admitted it was hard. Watching her best friend shine so bright while she felt stuck, she didn't know which direction to go or how to build her own path. That pressure, mixed with emotional pain, left her feeling lost. She wanted to be happy, but inside she was battling confusion and sadness. She felt like she didn't belong anywhere, caught between who she used to be and who she was trying to become. After the song dropped, the internet exploded with speculation. Everyone wanted to know who the abusive ex was. Most people assumed it was her former fiancé Troy Williams, but he quickly shut that down. He took to Twitter to clear his name, saying he was not the man in question and pointing out that Kelly had dated other people before him. He didn't want rumors messing with his name and just wanted the truth to be respected. For years, people wondered if Kelly and Beyoncé's friendship was real or just business. Dirty Laundry gave a glimpse into how complicated it really was. Through all the pain and doubt, Kelly's love and respect for Beyoncé still came through. Critics applauded Kelly for her honesty. Jared Kennedy from the Los Angeles Times said it was one of the most genuine songs she had ever released, a sign that she was stepping out of Beyoncé's shadow and finding her own lane. The HuffPost called the track powerful, noting that it carried a message the world needed to hear. It wasn't just music, it was a story that reflected pain, strength, and courage. Charlie Penn from Essence said the song could speak to other women going through something similar. Maybe it could inspire them to walk away from toxic relationships and choose themselves. Just like Kelly eventually did. Kelly herself told Billboard that recording the song took days because the emotions were so strong. She couldn't just sing. Through the pain, she had to work through it first. Her songwriter told her they wanted to help the world see who she really was under the fame. And glammed, that's exactly what the song did. Renato Eni from Pitchfork praised her for showing vulnerability while still holding on to her strength. He said the song wasn't just a confession, it was a comeback. She wasn't just sharing trauma, she was rising above it. Jenna Halle Rubenstein from MTV echoed that, saying that letting it all out must have been tough. But in doing so, Kelly may have started to truly heal. She admired Kelly's bravery for putting her truth out in the open. Not everyone reacted the same way. Some people felt uncomfortable. The song hit close to home for many and made them reflect on painful truths in their own lives. Others were just shocked by how much Kelly revealed. Some felt sad knowing everything she had silently endured. But no matter the reaction, one thing was cleared. Dirty Laundry started a serious conversation. People began talking more openly about domestic abuse, about how common it is for women to stay silent, and how speaking out can change everything. Kelly's voice became more than music hit, became a message. Her pain and honesty broke the silence around abuse and helped others feel seen and heard. And just when things felt like they couldn't get heavier in 2019, another shocking moment came to light. Matthew Knowles, Beyoncé's father and Destiny's Child's former manager, made a disturbing claim. He revealed that both Beyoncé and Kelly had been taken advantage of when they were still underage. In the early 2000s, while Destiny's Child was on tour, shocking claims surfaced years later that shook fans. Beyoncé's father and the group's then-manager Matthew Knowles revealed in 2019 that two adult members of the R&B group, Jagged Edge, acted inappropriately toward Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland during that tour. At the time, both girls were just 16, while the men involved were in their early 20s. Matthew said the girls called him scared and uncomfortable about the men crossing boundaries. Acting quickly, he had the two men removed from the tour bus in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This allegation added another disturbing layer to Kelly's journey. None of the accused men, Beyoncé or Kelly, have publicly commented on Matthew's claims. That silence has left fans with more questions than answers. That same year, Beyoncé addressed a separate long-standing rumor. Fans once believed Kelly was high during a 2001 interview because of her dazed behavior. Beyoncé clarified the truth. The group had been working non-stop 16 hours of interviews without rest or food. Kelly wasn't high, just exhausted. In recent years, Kelly faced a different kind of storm. She left a supportive comment under a post by Chris Brown congratulating him on a record-breaking release. But backlash followed fast. Brown's recent song Need a Stack included a lyric many felt was colorist. Only want black girls with the nice hair. That one line triggered outrage. Kelly's innocent love you comment suddenly looked like support for the lyric, and fans didn't hold back. People brought up Chris Brown's past controversies, including accusations that he once refused entry to dark-skinned women at VIP events. Some social media users even threw shade at Kelly, saying Chris wouldn't have let someone like her into his club, implying she didn't fit his nice hair standard. The attack hit hard. Kelly later explained she had no idea about the lyrics when she left the comment. At the time, she was in Australia and simply wanted to say congrats. She made it clear she didn't support the lyric or anything that encouraged colorism. Speaking up, she reminded everyone, all hair is good hair. She used the moment to call out how dangerous and damaging those kinds of comments are, especially in the Black community. Kelly said the experience was a harsh reminder of how fast things move online and how easily people jump to conclusions without asking questions. But she didn't let it break her. She owned the mistake and made her position on colorism clear. She doesn't tolerate it, period. Soon after, she found herself part of a more light-hearted situation. Kelly praised Netflix's Building the Band, a show where musicians form bands without ever meeting face-to-face. She thought the idea was brilliant, so much so that she jokingly said she was salty. She hadn't thought of it first. Some fans loved the show's creative twist, while others didn't buy the concept of chemistry without real-life interaction. Kelly didn't get caught up in the negative. She focused on celebrating the innovation and showing her curiosity about how the bands would perform. But calm didn't last long. Kelly was soon dragged into chaos involving a fake Instagram scam. Someone created a fake account pretending to be both Kelly and Beyoncé, messaging fans and asking for money. One bizarre message claimed Kelly lost her credit card and needed help buying a plane ticket, offering that Beyoncé would appear to if they sent money. Kelly acted fast. She posted the scam message to her Instagram story and warned fans not to fall for it. She even laughed a bit, mocking the scammer's spelling mistake, plain instead of plain. But the situation was serious. Many fans admitted they'd received similar messages and were glad Kelly spoke up. Shortly after, Kelly and Beyoncé were seen supporting Michelle Williams at a Broadway show. It was a rare public moment showing unity among the Destiny's Child trio. But that sighting gained extra attention because Michelle had recently testified in the ongoing Diddy legal case. Diddy, who was once the king of industry parties, now faces serious federal charges, including trafficking. This brought a wave of scrutiny to Beyoncé's past, especially her appearances at Diddy's infamous parties in the early 2000s. With new context, people are reevaluating how squeaky clean her image really was. Over the years, insiders have claimed Beyoncé always aimed to be the center of Destiny's Child, even if it meant sidelining others, Michelle being one of them. Now with all the recent lawsuits, Kelly opening up about past pain and Michelle stepping into the courtroom spotlight, old rumors aren't just rumors anymore. They're beginning to sound like the missing pieces of a much bigger